Have you ever wondered what family road trips would look like if a major automaker completely reimagined the station wagon from the ground up? Long before modern SUVs and luxury minivans dominated our highways, designers in Detroit were experimenting with a vehicle that felt less like a traditional automobile and more like a high-tech private jet for the road. This was the Ford Aurora. Unveiled in the early 1960s, it wasn't just a basic concept car with a shiny new paint job or slightly altered body lines. Instead, it represented a complete rethinking of the family vehicle, showcasing a future where long-distance travel could be peaceful, luxurious, and incredibly fun. Ford chose the grandest possible stage to debut this masterpiece, highlighting it at the 1964 New York World's Fair. It was part of their legendary Practical Dream Cars exhibition, designed to illustrate that the future of transportation wasn't just about rocket engines and wings, but about real-world utility. The vehicle featured 23 completely experimental systems that reimagined everything from passenger entry to advanced lighting. Jean Bourdonnat, Ford's vice president of styling, explained that the name Aurora signified a rising light, or the dawn of a completely new era. Ford aimed to prove that the humble station wagon could break free from being merely a derivative of standard passenger sedans, earning its own dedicated engineering platform built entirely around human comfort. From the moment you looked at the exterior, it was clear that the Aurora was ahead of its time. The front end abandoned the traditional massive chrome grille in favor of an innovative aerodynamic cooling system. It utilized subtle air intakes on either side of the hood, drawing air into the engine bay and using the natural flow of wind over the body to pull hot air away from a much smaller, highly efficient radiator core. This design allowed the wagon to have a remarkably low, aggressive front profile. Seamlessly integrated above the nose was a massive wraparound windshield that flowed deeply into the roofline, blending into a groundbreaking, polarizing sunroof. By simply pressing a button inside the cabin, the driver could align parallel strips of polarized material, switching the glass roof from perfectly clear to an opaque, shaded green, keeping harsh sunlight and heat out of the interior. The focus on managing light and atmosphere continued throughout the body's design. The side glass panels featured flat jalousie windows that sat perfectly flush with the bodywork, smoothing out the airflow along the sides of the car and reducing highway wind noise to an absolute whisper. Inside the cabin, passengers could adjust specialized visors containing louvers wrapped in tinted plastic, allowing them to block glare without sacrificing their view of the scenery. However, it was the lighting system that truly stole the show. Ford equipped the Aurora with electroluminescent lighting, a state-of-the-art technology they referred to as cool light, because it generated brilliant illumination through advanced semiconductor junctions without producing any heat. This lighting illuminated the vehicle's side safety trims, the license plates, and even the stylized lettering on the hood. The standard headlights were replaced with a bank of 12 individual 1-inch microlamps, giving the driver unmatched control over beam brightness and built-in safety redundancy if a single bulb fails. Entering the back of the vehicle is a unique experience thanks to Ford's clamshell rear entry layout. Instead of a traditional swinging tailgate, the lower portion folds down to form a sturdy, carpeted step that easily supports a person's weight. The upper glass section uses an integrated track and torsion bars to lift straight up and slide back over the main roofline, leaving the rear cargo opening completely unobstructed. This design was not just for loading groceries. It served as the primary entryway to an innovative feature that parents everywhere dream of today. Ford designed the Aurora with the belief that long family journeys should not feel chaotic or exhausting. To address this common issue, they installed a dedicated children's compartment at the very back of the station wagon, often referred to as a romper room. This entire section can be completely isolated from the rest of the car using a power-operated glass divider wall. Inside, kids enjoy their own rear-facing lounge seats, ample storage cubbies for books and toys, and a dedicated AM or FM radio system. The main television screen in the center of the car can also route its audio directly through the children's radio, allowing them to watch their favorite shows in privacy while the glass is sealed. This design gives kids their own autonomous play area while providing parents with a peaceful, quiet, and distraction-free driving experience up front. Moving to the central section of the car, the interior resembles a mid-century modern luxury living room rather than a typical automobile cabin. The layout features a magnificent swiveling armchair that rotates a full 360 degrees, allowing the passenger to face a beautifully curved sofa that comfortably accommodates 4 adults. The entire seating arrangement is explicitly designed to encourage face-to-face conversation and deep relaxation while cruising down the interstate. A suspended ceiling panel hangs above the lounge, providing custom direct and indirect lighting to create an upscale, ambient atmosphere. Next to the seating area is a comprehensive communications console equipped with an AM/FM radio, a television, and a built-in sound recorder. Directly beneath the technology array was an elegant tabletop and a built-in refreshment cabinet, complete with a specialized cooler for ice and beverages. It also featured advanced thermoelectric units designed to function as miniature ovens and refrigerators. The driver's cockpit, aptly named the Command Post by Ford, was treated with equal care. It included a deep, contoured high-back seat that offered exceptional neck and lumbar support for long-distance driving. Replacing the traditional circular steering wheel was a sophisticated, power-assisted steering bar. Thanks to a highly responsive variable ratio gear setup, the driver only needed to rotate the bar half a turn to move the front wheels from lock to lock, providing remarkably sharp and effortless steering control. The dashboard showcased a glimpse into 21st-century navigation technology, featuring an experimental turnpike lane indicator system that tracked optimal speeds and flashed warnings about blocked traffic lanes ahead. It also included early tracking devices designed to inform the driver of their precise location on a map. Looking back at the Ford Aurora today, it's easy to understand why a vehicle of this caliber never reached mass production. Modern safety regulations, strict crash test standards, and complex crumple zone requirements would make features like open lounge seating, a glass separator wall, and a track-sliding rear roof completely illegal and impossible to implement on a modern assembly line. Despite this, the car's pure industrial design and architectural brilliance remain undeniably captivating. Automakers create experimental vehicles like the Aurora, not just for temporary publicity, but to gauge public reactions and gather vital consumer feedback. These unique insights ultimately help designers, engineers, and corporate executives decide which futuristic concepts will gradually make their way into everyday cars. Over 60 years ago, Ford dared to break the mold, demonstrating that with a bit of imagination, the humble family station wagon could be transformed into the perfect road trip machine. If you could take a classic road trip in the Aurora today, where would you go? Drop your favorite road trip destinations in the comments below. If you love deep dives into forgotten history that you won't find anywhere else, hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.